5, 4, 3, maybe 2. Hey!
Hello. Okay, way too close. Hi guys.
What's up? How are you?
Wow. I'm doing all right. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. Nice and loud.
Cool.
Beautiful. That's
Wow,
just
this
how we
is-
like it.
Can I just say this is the first time I'm doing this live on Instagram?
Oh.
Ever on Instagram.
Whoa.
I've gone live on Facebook before, but not Instagram.
Yeah. Is
Cool.
it? I don't think we've ever gone live on Facebook. Is it
No.
different?
Well, with the time when I went live, I did. It's really a Zoom meeting that's then broadcast to Facebook,
Yeah.
and I had somebody else do that for me. But
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm not as technical.
That's cool though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, welcome to the Instagram live world, then, right? Can I say welcome? And am I in charge of the Instagram?
Yeah,
live
you're the
world?
ambassador.
You guys are in charge.
Anyway, oh my gosh. So you're in the city, and is it rainy far over there, wherever you are?
Is it raining? I have my curtains drawn, so I don't even know.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm like, just shut me out of this world. I want to just be in my apartment.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Definitely gloomy and rainy outside. Not cold. It's like 50s, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, I did go outside to walk my dog this morning. It was not as cold as yesterday. Yesterday was.
You have a dog? What kind of dog?
I have a Shiba Inu.
Ooh.
It's not correct to call him a dog. He's really a cat. He's a cat.
My dachshund, I used to say my dachshund's
He's a
grandmother was half cat. I used to say that.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
mine is 90% cat.
Okay.
The rest is just cosmetic.
That's hilarious.
So, so what have you been up to? Last time we talked, we were talking about like filming a show we were gonna have when that was a thing, right? That seems like so long ago. Like, what?
When was that? Was that like a previous lifetime?
Right?
Yeah, right. Isn't it crazy? That's not even a year ago. Like that was like the week before the shutdown in March, or something like that. And here we are in November.
I know. I remember putting that on my calendar. I was very excited. And then overnight, it's like, okay, guys, nothing is happening. It wasn't just you guys, like everyone else. It all happened at the same time. And here we are. And you guys have released an album. Huge congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
so much. Yeah.
I've listened to every song on the album, and I love what you guys do at the beginning and at the end with that little bit of talking, because that's exactly what I like. I want to know the artist. So,
Cool.
Great job.
Thank you. Yeah. It's his idea.
It was a Sight After Dark idea.
Right. Yeah.
So we don't know what we want to do yet. We definitely want to film a video for a song on the album, but we don't know which one. So I don't know. You don't have to tell us this now or anything.
Right,
but like obviously, like if there was one that you think you can see like a video for, then we could make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're making me so happy now, because as I was listening, I was thinking, I want to do a music video for one of these songs. But I don't know if I should tell you guys, not publicly, just privately, because maybe you'll hurt my feelings and say, no, Louise, we don't want anything to do with you.
We're going with a corporate firm on this one.
So that makes me so happy. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were literally saying, like, we were about to put it out. We're like, okay, we don't have any music videos. We need to have a music video. And, like, there's only one person that we're going to talk to do a music video for us. So yeah.
Virtual hug.
Aww.
Yay.
So, yeah, we don't know
You guys
which
are awesome.
one. I don't know. If you want to listen to it again and, like, let us know what you're thinking, we can talk. Obviously not right now, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And
What's up, everybody joining? Thank you. Welcome.
Oh, I think I know some of these people.
Oh, shit.
So how PG does it need to be? Because I heard what you guys, you have the stories of the songs. Like, do we want any of that in it, or do we keep it nice and clean for people who are 88 years old. Something
Right.
to think about.
Yeah.
That
there's
is not something I thought about.
I didn't think about that. But like, yeah, it could definitely be.
Let's do the most fucked up video possible. No.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm in
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's good to know. I don't know, but our songs, I don't know. I gotta think about this stuff. I gotta see. I gotta step out because you always think that you're being as not wholesome as possible, but you don't think you're being that out there until somebody's like, "What'd you say?" So I'm just like,
Right.
"Oh yeah, everybody doesn't smoke pot and eat edibles." I guess not.
Can we
But-
throw people off the roof
Yeah, like
in our video?
I have no idea what to do. I don't know. I'm so at a loss, but I know I want to do something. I guess it just
Okay,
depends
cool.
on it just depends on what song, and then like we can just like brainstorm about like how far we'd be willing to go, whatever that
Yeah.
means. Yeah. So
Okay,
Was
I
it-
mean, we can throw Aliens off. That's like one of your song titles anyway, so
Oh,
we
yeah,
can make
yeah.
a little triangular face green people.
yeah, exactly.
I would be the alien though. I would have the
All right.
triangle
That's
face.
true.
I don't
Dress
know.
you up in a green suit.
I think I could pull it off.
Wandering around the city.
And then Sifa, you have to be the only one representing the band.
Oh yeah. And the band's called Alien in the video.
Or at the end of the video, I take the mask off and I'm like, oh, it was really me the whole time. It's like, oh yeah, we knew that.
You're gonna save that's gonna save you some cost on makeup because we just put you in a suit.
That's true.
Yeah.
You'll just be like hot as hell in there. But
I'm gonna get like a suit, like a regular, like a business suit, and I'm gonna paint it green. I'm gonna
Yes.
spray paint it green, and then
Yes.
also my face maybe, I guess. I don't know.
film you at work. Be like, think you can grab these for me? It's like, sure. And then the music starts, and you're at your desk in a green suit. Everybody else is in regular.
And I'm just looking around like, oh, these people look so normal. What the fuck? I don't
Oh
know.
wow.
But yeah, we just wanted
Yeah.
to say this so we could start brainstorming, because that's definitely something that we want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
we
it's gonna happen.
and your audience is here as witness.
Exactly.
You all have to
Yeah.
hold us to it.
To this virtual
Yeah.
contract.
Virtual
Awesome,
contract.
So what else are you guys working on?
Music and videos, reaction videos and music.
Which, by the way, you are doing such an amazing job with those videos. You really inspire me with everything that you guys are trying. You always are trying new things, and you have this crazy positive attitude. And
At least when the camera's on.
We're children. We're children. No.
because there are people that are, it's hard, being a musician is very hard. Being an indie musician without a major label to support you financially and with, people to help you do stuff. It's so hard. And I've heard people say, I put so much time into making music. Why isn't anyone listening to my music? And I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
But I never hear that from you guys, at least when you're facing the public. You never share that side of the vulnerability and frustration. You're always like, okay, let's do it. And guys, we have new music. So, and I love that. And I think it helps make people feel like more energetic and more inspired because you exude positive energy. That's one
Oh,
thing
wow.
I just love about you guys.
Thanks. I don't think we ever thought about it like that.
Yeah, no,
No,
yeah.
I mean, it's like if you're an artist, whatever art that you're doing, like you're starting at the bottom of a really big mountain. You know what I mean? So if you could take one step up that mountain every day, then like what do you have to be upset about? You know what I mean? Like it's not, you don't expect, like if you're looking at the mountain, you're like, yep, I'm going to get on the top in an hour.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. If that's what you're trying to do, then you're just bound to disappoint yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, just being open to stuff. And it's just like, I'm sure like even back in the day when it wasn't all about branding, people were saying exactly what you said, like why isn't anybody listening to my music or that you hear all the time? But like nowadays, like it really like isn't about just the music. You know what I mean? And it's like
Right.
I don't know. I just have fun doing, like, being creative, whatever it is. So it's like it's a good and a bad thing. Like, if you're a diehard musician and you don't like to be social and you don't like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine like Prince having to go through this, like having to make his own page and like get to know me. Like, he wasn't that type of artist. He just, you know. So like, but if you have to like be that type of person, then just get creative. It should be like a lucky time, because there were times probably when I was little, when I was just dancing and like learning to sing, when I was like, oh, I wish I could learn how to do that. Like, I wish I could learn how to like make movies or like be on a movie set one day, or like, you know what I mean? Just like little random dreams. But now you can kind of like make a little version of it. Like, you can make t-shirts, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know,
Yeah, show off that t-shirt.
It's like so much stuff to do. So like, I would say like those artists should just like start figuring out their other gifts, like, you know, and get deep into it. It helps.
Yeah, nowadays everyone is DIY everything, not just musician. You're your own PR and marketing person and designer. Who designed the t-shirt, by the way?
I did.
Yay!
She's done all of our artwork.
Yeah, I draw like all the stuff that's drawn that we have. I draw it for the most part. Yeah, nothing else drawn.
Yeah.
So what do you really do, Dan, other than playing the guitar?
Exactly. God.
Whoa.
I'm so tired.
I feel personally attacked. I don't know. I do like a lot of the shit with the beats and like the social media and stuff. We kind of have it split where like obviously we write the songs together, and then like I'll work on more of the musical side of things, and Sifu will work on more of like the art, and then like more of like the business side of things as well. And then while I'm doing like the social more. So like we have the responsibilities pretty split evenly between us.
Yeah.
And between the both of us, we take care of like everything.
Yeah.
That's nice. Did you sit down and talk about it at the beginning, or did it like over time kind of you decided, okay, this is your strength, I'm not good at this? How did it come to?
Over time it became like that. Like, cause I know like he has a good eye for like the artwork. Like, I could take it to him and be like, you know, yes or no, or like, you know what I mean? And he would be really forthcoming.
But I can't draw shit.
But he won't try. And like for like the production and stuff like that, like I know what he's talking about all the time, and I have like produced, like when I was solo, I have produced some stuff, but I don't have the patience for it. Like, I just won't do it. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and make sure the beat is even for a long time. Like, no.
Right.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's tough, meticulous work.
Yeah, so it's just like, I think we just knew, like you know, just by getting to know each other, like, okay, well, this is how it's gonna go, like, and that's cool.
You've redeemed back your reputation.
Yay!
All good.
I do things too, guys. But yeah, no, it's kind of cool like that, and like something you were mentioning earlier about like labels and shit. I don't even know if we wouldn't really want to be on a major label necessarily, because then they own the shit. Then they own like everything you do. It's like, no, we literally create everything that's ever been produced from Sight After Dark comes from us.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any outside, oh, well, we're going to draw this for you. And no, it's all from us. So it's like, I would be very hesitant to sign a contract saying you own this percentage of what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe an indie label.
An indie, maybe possibly.
But a major label, I think they're dying. Like, why would you... Like, if you're gotten yourself to the point just online where, like, a major label is going to notice you, you've already built yourself up to a certain point. And then I feel like at that point, you're just kind of giving them the keys. You're like, okay, well, here you go. Here's our brand that we've built for all this time. What do you want to do with it?
Right.
I'm going to sign this paper saying that you can fucking do whatever.
Yeah, I think at that point, I don't think it's really about the music if you do that. I think it's more about you and your worldwide dominance mentality, right? Where you just want the band to take over. It's more about fame. Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. So. Because imagine maybe they'll give you all the money for you to tour around the world, and they'll book 50 shows for you in a year, and then you don't have to do anything other than to play your music and do it well. But then is that really what some people might love that, and for some people it might suit them perfectly.
Well, that's the thing. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It sounds like it may not be you, because what if they say, okay, we're going to do the show, but there's going to be children in it, so don't you dare mention anything related to drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like, we're going to nix this song and that song, and don't talk about your influences.
Well,
that might not be you anymore.
I feel like if something was like that was to happen, we would be like, yeah, and then we would go do whatever anyway. And then we'd get fired.
Yeah.
But then we'd be in the same spot that we are now.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, who's really losing in that situation?
Yeah.
Damn, but no, I had something I was going to say, I forgot. It flew away.
Oh, man.
I can't get it back.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
it'll come back to you.
I remember. So you were saying like, well, there might be a certain situation where like a company will be like, oh, we're going to give you this money, we're going to set up your tour schedule and all of that. So it's less work for the artist, but it's equal, like the ownership is equal to the amount of work you put in. So if you're putting less work in to make this happen, then when it does happen, you have less ownership of it. Whereas if we were to do all this ourselves and then it happens, it's all us.
Yeah.
So it's like you putting in that other groundwork, you get out what you put in a way, you know?
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. You can't. There are no free lunches in this world.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. Yeah, bringing all those people on board for just like your music is just like crazy. Because then it's like you have a boardroom full of people that really decide your image now too. Like, okay, like, oh, you know, we don't really think the logo works anymore, you know, and it's just like, okay.
We need to do it for a modern audience.
Exactly.
You need to do a cover of this person because the kids love this person. So,
yeah.
You know?
Right.
So that would be crazy.
But I can't fault them for that. They're a business.
Exactly. That's like and you did sign the contract, and then but it didn't. You probably have perks where it's just like Jimmy Page might call you because his lawyer says it's cool to call you now. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll sign a contract for a Jimmy Page
right?
call.
Whereas if you're an indie, his lawyer's like, don't call them. That's not a great look for you. They're not within the same realm. Like, you know, I don't know. But yeah, you probably get to powwow with like your favorite artists and stuff like that if you're like signed. Like, you know, you'll get all of that. But so we were talking about not really wanting to meet our guitar heroes and our frontman heroes because we're like scared they would ruin it for us.
Oh, like when you meet the real person and it's not as you imagined.
Yeah.
Like the one we always say, like we would never want to meet Axl Rose.
No, we love him, but we would never
like. I'll listen to the music, but if I was to see him in person, I'm like, oh shit.
I'm going the other way.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this guy's unhinged.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But what does that tell what does that tell us about your fans? If, you know, one day you have people lining up wanting to meet you, do you think they would be pleasantly surprised, or would they find out things that... Basically, what I'm asking is, how different are you in front of a camera and versus, you know, in your own space?
I'm a lot. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really. Well, I chill in like regular. I chill in clothes that don't match. Whereas when you see me, I'm always pretty matched up. Like so.
You're usually very well dressed, so I can't imagine.
So I'll wear like...
I actually own other shirts. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No.
I don't know.
And I can be really New York sometimes. Like, you can catch me outside in the train in a moment yelling at somebody. You can definitely catch me going off on somebody. Maybe,
you pick up that piece of trash.
Yeah.
You do not throw it outside of the bin.
I'll be like, bicycles have to obey the lights too. Like,
I feel like that really is kind of out of our control though, because I feel like that's whatever that individual person's perception of us would be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
True.
Like we do what we do, and someone could see it this way or someone could see it that way. That's like we were talking about this. I think last week we were saying like once you put something out, it's not yours anymore.
Right.
It's everybody's. They can see whatever they want to see, and I can't really tell them that they're right or wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as the videos, I don't know. I don't really know if I'm like that all the time, but I know that like when we had shows, like I'm exactly the same on stage as I am off stage.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know with the videos. It's all because you're doing things. Like you have like a set task.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you're very like one track. Like this is what we're doing for the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
So.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm very interested in this comment, but I'll let you guys respond.
I was talking to a guy who works
I love those stories. Wait, who's? Tell us, Kev. Tell us who the biggest surprise was.
Yes, that's what I want to ask.
And also, sorry if we're like not seeing the comments because we get into the thing and then we don't want to like stop and like be like, oh wait, blah 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 blah. But we are reading the comments.
Yeah.
So Kev, tell us what your funniest one is or whatever.
I also want to know who the jerks are.
Exactly.
Definitely the people that seem the nicest.
Yeah.
Ellen.
Oh no.
Right.
It was all.
Yes.
It was all in her eyes though. Towards the end, it was really all in her eyes. She has a glare.
I can kind of see that.
Jennifer
I'm reading-
Lopez for
responding.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, we see that.
She thinks she's the shit.
Yeah.
It's fine. She's been successful, but she
Yeah.
definitely has that persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's walking around in like the nicest, like the fur and shit.
Yeah.
Somebody like looks like somebody she was like to step on someone or somebody like scuffed her shoe or some shit.
Yeah.
She would freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
But then but I don't know.
Oh.
That could just be how she always was too, you know?
Like, possibly.
Well,
Like-
keep the juicy stuff coming. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I feel like I've met you guys several times in person, but I want to say you guys are quiet in person, but now I realize that is not correct because given the circumstances we were in, we're usually at Mike's Inspire, Mike shows. So there are other people performing. It's not like we really have opportunities to really speak freely and.
Well, I've tried. I
Not
think
for
you
lack
know
of
what
trying.
happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times Mike has told me to shut the fuck up on the mic.
I remember that.
Exactly. Right? I wasn't told to shut the fuck up, but I was actually told to STFU on the mic. Yes. It's like seafood. Like, yeah.
Oh,
But I see what you're saying, for sure.
Yeah, we have to be really quiet there.
If you were to have seen us at the Music Inn on Thursdays, you wouldn't have had that same impression.
And we don't mean to be plugging them, but we're just saying, we're just keeping it.
No, I'll plug them.
Honest.
I
Yeah,
love
they're
Music
great.
Inn.
We love it. And it's a barrel of laughs there. Like, legit. Like, well,
yeah, I'm a full believer in mentioning all the people that have been good to you. So plug away.
True. Okay.
Shout outs. Yeah, that's what the whole like second half of the thing on the album basically was. It was just, like,
Yeah, we were
shout-outs.
shouting out people. Yeah, that was fun. I would have loved like that. That's something that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That addition to it. Like somebody's like, oh, I'd be like, oh, hey, I got a shout
Yeah.
out.
We shouted you out.
I wasn't sure. I heard the name Louise, but then right after that, you said Open Mic Renegade, and
we were
I
just
thought, oh,
kinda
maybe
like-
there's a Louise.
No,
No.
we're just
Open
kind of
Mic
like
Renegade.
going through things. Like
Yeah.
we're just like as they come into our heads, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so Louise, and then Open Mic
Oh.
Renegades, and then
Yeah.
sorry, I
definitely
guess it
got a
wasn't
shout
right. Yeah, sorry, that was you. Yes.
All right, I have to like trim a clip of it and then
Yeah.
transcribe it.
Yeah.
And I'll
Or
be
we
like, I
could
got
trim
a
the
shout
clip
out.
of this saying how we gave you the shout out.
that works as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
who is that? John Bernthal from The Publisher. Oh! I
Punisher?
read The Publisher, The Punisher. Oh man.
He heard
Oh,
he was
okay,
slut.
a really cool guy. Oh, never mind. I
Seems
keep
like
reading
it.
it wrong.
I feel like what's his name, Wolverine. I feel like he's a nice guy.
I feel like he would. I want to hear about Robert Downey Jr. I want to know
Well,
Robert.
now we're in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He used to be real fucked up.
Yeah.
He used to be just out of jail all the time.
Yeah.
And like doing crazy things.
Yeah.
Now I feel like he's just a smart ass.
Yeah.
But I feel like he would be fun to hang out with. But if you say something stupid, he's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. And I think he always was a smartass. He was just always high. So it was just, probably unbearable
It was
at
stunted
times.
a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. A fellow
So
New
funny.
Yorker. He's a cool one. He's somebody I'd probably like to meet. And he'd probably be straight up, like you can just have a conversation with him. Like he's somebody that you could see in New York and be like, hey, do you know what time the Metro North is gonna get here?
He was like, nah.
Yeah, and be like, all right, thanks. You'd be like, sure, no problem. And that would be it. Like, Or
Yeah.
you could be like, Robert, oh my gosh, I love your music. I'd be like, I love your movies. And he'd be like, oh, thanks. Be like, yeah, what are you working on next? Oh, we're probably doing da-da-da-da. And then
Yeah.
he'll be like, he's probably like that kind of
And then he'll walk
celebrity.
away.
And yeah, then he's had enough. Like, don't get, or you probably could get really close to him. Who knows? Anyway, that was a tangent.
It's fun to imagine these things.
Right. Exactly.
Do you know who Jeff Ross is from the Comedy Central roasts?
I probably know his face, but not. I'm terrible with names. Terrible.
He's just a guy that's like known for roasting people. Like that's like his whole shtick.
I've seen a lot of those, but
I saw him on
maybe.
the street once, and I was like, I'm not talking to him.
Maybe he's a really, really nice guy.
But I would just be so scared to be like, yo, what's up, man? I like the thing. He's like, yeah, so does everyone else. Or like he would say something smart, you know, because he's the roast guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not trying to get roasted. Like I'm just trying to say what's up.
Right.
But then I just kept walking. I'm like, it's not worth it.
I have a feeling, because I've heard people say that comedians in real life, they can be quiet and depressed all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be the total opposite of who they portray themselves to be.
Yeah.
When doing a show.
That is very true. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of them seem like it feels like comedians go to a certain point and then they become like the opposite of what they kind of started out as in a way. Like when I look at like.
Or
what?
They become comedians because they needed a way to cope with. It's like
with that person.
You're one extreme, but in order to survive, you find another way to live life that is much more manageable.
Right.
I don't know. I'm making this up, but I'm just thinking.
Right.
Like.
I don't know. I feel like with comedians, it's like the ones that are really about it, like the ones that really live comedy are like always like that. Like Chappelle, I feel like he was always like how he is.
Yeah.
Bill Burr, I feel like he's been who he is the whole time. Seinfeld, he's always been kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
But he's still kind of a jerk,
true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. And again, I feel it really just depends on the individual, I think.
Yeah, but then you have like people like Martin or like Chris Tucker who pretty much do like, it's kind of like a 180 in a way. Like you see them later and it's like they look like somebody's been chasing them or like keeping them
up.
Martin,
that really
Martin, yes.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, and like Eddie Murphy changed so much, but he said that's because he had kids, and that's understandable and stuff. But like,
right.
But like, I mean, yeah, they always, many of them do that, and then many of them stay the same. You're right. Yeah, it depends on who it is. It's interesting. Yeah, because George Carlin was pretty much the same all the way through.
He got more crazy as time went on.
Yeah.
You listen to George Carlin, or you've seen George Carlin?
I have, yeah.
So like he gets older, he just gets more angrier, and just right like.
Well, he has experienced more life
exactly.
in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Bill Burr is your typical guy from Boston. He's definitely funnier than the typical guy from Boston, but he is very Boston.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Like Dennis Miller changed, Dennis Leary changed, like Jon Stewart changed.
Norm Macdonald didn't change.
No, he didn't. Oh my god.
That guy's insane.
Yeah, at one point I didn't want to see Norm Macdonald on TV anymore. I was just like enough for a while. Like I had a moment and I was just like, it was very early 90s as a kid and I was just like, this guy, I don't like him. He's crazy.
I don't know.
You guys, do you see yourselves changing as you mature and you make more music, or do you want to stay just the way you are right now?
I mean, I would hope that we change as we get old. If you stay the same for 20 years, you're kind of immature, right? Like if you never change throughout life, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You have to do it in a cool way, like Mick and Keith. But I definitely see myself changing. I would hope not to be like an image person where it's just like, oh, I have to have a certain image all the time. Like I wouldn't want to change into that, but I would want to change into more of like myself as the writer, like as what makes a song work for me, what's my sound, like what I like, you know, and that could be from like so many different avenues. It doesn't have to be like one type of music. But like I would want to change that way. I would just want to become like a really skilled musician, like where it's like, okay, like get to a point where it's like I can pull out my own drum set, like, you know what I mean, and be like, and actually know how to play it, like where, you know, evenly, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sound like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about you? Do you see yourself as time goes on, the way that you know operate, the way you process things, like?
All the time.
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like every day I think of something new that I should try, and then go back and think, what was I thinking yesterday? Cancel that, do something else. So I feel like for me, it's I'm constantly trying to pivot. I haven't found where like a one place where I feel like, oh, this is comfortable. I'm going to stay here a while. I haven't found that. Um, so if you watch any of the videos, I'm still very much exploring
Mm.
things, and every video that I make is different because I haven't found a spot yet. It's like,
Right.
no, I want something new. I want something new. I don't know if I'll ever get there. And maybe if I don't, it's still a good thing because it's a good learning process.
I think that's a very good mindset to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like if you weren't trying to switch things and you just like, well, this is what I do, and then like you could be doing it, and then 10 years later you're like, well, I haven't really
Yeah.
like progressed at all.
Right?
You know what I mean?
That
Like
would be
I've been
terrible.
doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like that's
Yeah.
not fun.
exactly.
To have that, I wouldn't even call it necessarily regret, but just to be like thinking back and like, what have I really done with all this time? Like I've been doing the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But like every day, like nobody knows how many days they have, right? So it's like if you're not doing something every day, like you're kind of, you know what? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You're kind of like wasting some time in a way,
Yeah.
because nobody knows
Yeah.
how long they're gonna be here.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think being open to trying things and then seeing them fail, I think just having that expectation set right. So that's what I try to tell myself. You know, I'm going to try it. If it fails, so what? Move on.
Yeah.
I think that kind of goes back to something we were talking about earlier about just like being positive, I guess. Because it's like if you think of failure as like an end all be all, it's like, well, then you're going to be so upset if any one thing doesn't go right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
then if you look at it as a learning experience, you're like, okay, well, this didn't go exactly how I wanted it to, but now I know what I should change going forward. And then you can ride that to a better place
Yeah.
versus just
Exactly.
being like, oh, well, I failed, so I'm done.
Yeah. I wish
Like-
we had more time to figure things out. Like I used to wonder what people said when I was a kid. And people were like, there's not enough hours in a day. And I'd be like, as a kid, you're like, are you kidding me? Like, there's just enough. Like especially school wise, like you know. But like,
Yeah.
I just think about all the stuff I figured out like as a kid. Like simple things like, okay, well I know how like a sink works underneath for some reason. You know what I mean? From like being underneath there,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean. You know how the back tank of the toilet works. Like you know like things. Like so by the time you get to like having your own apartment and like something's
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Like, I got this.
What, like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
under there? Like I wish there were
Yeah.
so many other things to figure out. Like like you know how to plant seeds. Like there's just so many things that you know. So imagine if you like put that kind of like wonder into like your thing, like your craft. Like you could just open up like a beautiful flower or existence
Right.
of like your shit. Like
And there's nothing wrong with not having the experience either, because this is not related to music at all. But because you mentioned the sink, and I am very proud of this. I once replaced the whole kit that goes inside that toilet bowl. No,
In
not the,
the
actual
back
toilet.
part.
yeah, the
Yeah.
back of it.
Yeah,
The back where water is.
yeah.
I once replaced the whole inside of it, and the toilet worked. I was very proud of myself.
Damn. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I went to like a Home Depot or the equivalent of that, bought the
Yeah.
whole kit, did it. I'm like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
Damn, I can barely even install my own air conditioner.
Cut it out.
Now that is difficult because those things are heavy.
Yeah, and they're literally
So-
hanging out the window. Like,
Oh yeah, because if you do something wrong, you could kill somebody. So
yeah.
leave
Yeah.
that to the professionals. That is okay. Whereas if you have water overflowing your apartment, so what?
Right. Well, that's true. Well, so, I'm from Florida. We have central air everywhere. So, like, I never even had the idea of putting
Wow.
an AC in until I moved here when I was, like, 25. So then all of a sudden, here I am with this thing, and I'm like, wait, what do I do? You
And
know
it
what
gets
I mean?
really hot in New York.
Yes.
In New York City.
Yes.
Crazy hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when I first got here, my first sublease, I didn't have an AC because I didn't really know I needed one. And, like, I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep for, like, a week. Like, I was just sweat. Like,
I believe you.
Yeah.
and then that's
And
when I was like, I
especially-
gotta do it.
I've lived in apartments where you outside the door is just like somebody else's wall, so there's no
Right.
ventilation whatsoever.
Right.
Without an AC, it's extremely difficult to have a somewhat comfortable life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why central AC is not a thing.
It's because the buildings are too old.
It costs money.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
exactly.
it.
That's the
You're
big
not
thing.
equipped for it at all. Yeah.
Because
but
there's
you're-
so much that goes into that. To have the vents running out through the entire building, it's like if you were to try to redo this building with that, like that would be like $1 million fucking dollars.
Yeah,
like
a lot of
that, you know what I
money.
mean? That's not an easy thing to just install central air.
Right. Whereas
Right.
like the homes in like Rockland County and Westchester, they're all like central air. Even like the old homes from like the 40s, they're so ventilated in a way because they're like literally you're almost like outside sometimes. You have to like build extra padding to like update your homes, but they're so ventilated that you can install central air like really easily in like a ranch house in like Rockland or something.
True.
We can believe it. Like we got, because I have an old school house, like, you know, in Brooklyn. So when we got to Rockland and the house had central air, we were like, whoa,
Okay.
check
Yeah.
this out.
What is this? What a gift.
That's so funny. That was literally the exact opposite. When I moved here, I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the thing on the wall that you control how hot it is? I don't get it. Yeah.
Funny.
But that's
But
a wonderful
speaking
story.
of apartments, when I play, I play in my closet because I try to think for the neighbors, and I don't want them to think that any disasters has happened. But you guys recorded a whole album on your iPhone. I assume you did that in one of your apartments?
In my house,
In your house? Oh,
in my
okay.
basement.
Well, it's really
Okay.
funny that you just said that because we were working on some demos Friday here, and I'm like, maybe we need to do vocals at your house because I'm on the fourth floor. I feel like when we were doing it, people on the first floor could definitely hear us.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah, because we had set up like it's like I don't know. We could turn the camera around, but like we set up like there's a studio setup kind of
Yeah.
functional. So we were doing a recording here, but the album definitely was done like by me. So then we were like, okay, so it looks like for the next set of music, it looks like we're going back to me. But I don't know.
Okay.
We did have his downstairs neighbors was like, you guys make such cool music. So I
Oh,
don't know.
yay.
Yeah,
That's
so,
awesome.
oh yeah, that
I
did
don't-
happen.
Yeah, so we don't know. It's just like it's probably there's a lot of activity sometimes outside.
Yeah.
They're gang sets.
That's
no, I'm
so
just
good
kidding.
that you have neighbors like that. I
Well,
used to.
Yeah, it was weird the way that it happened. Sorry.
That's great that you got a nice comment, because when I was years ago, when I was practicing the violin, I lived next door. Like there's a violin teacher who lived next door, and then eventually she got it. I was practicing, so I was playing the
Right.
same thing over and over and over and over. Eventually she called and she said, "I know the piece so well. Can you just get to the next part, please?"
Oh damn.
And I'm like, "Oh gosh."
That's mean.
Wow.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So I know how annoying it is, because yes, it is annoying. I'm playing the same thing. Like it never resolves. It's like you get to a high point, but I want to get the notes right, so I keep
Yeah.
doing the same thing. And it's like, just finish it already. So I get her feeling, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about that with the neighbors in my house too when I'm practicing like on the guitar. Like they used to have at Ripley Greer Studios, they would have $10 warm-up rooms for that purpose. Like you can have it.
Yeah.
And it was like the room was like a closet. Like it was like only the piano can fit like in there with you
Yeah.
in a chair, and you would just like warm up in there just because like they knew like you know like all the ears that you singe when you do stuff.
By the way, Kevin says he flunked out of HVAC school, and I totally get it. Because that
What?
shit is crazy.
Wow.
It seems like
Oh,
it's
man.
hard, and those guys get paid. It seems like it's
I
hard.
had a guy I work with now, he used to run an HVAC company. Like, he owned it, and he was like, I had to quit because it was just taking up so much time. Like, I had no other, like, this was my life, was air conditioning. Like, fuck that. So he's like, yeah, I got out of there. But, like, I get it. It's such a big ordeal.
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if it was profitable for your friend.
It probably was. But I don't know. I don't want
Most
to.
likely.
This was like 10 years ago. I'm not going to be like, so tell me all the ins and outs of your business that you quit 10 years ago.
Wherever he lived, 10 years ago it was good. Because 10 years
Right.
ago I was working in Rockland, and my store manager's husband was an HVAC guy. And she was complaining about how he would take away her credit cards because of her spending and stuff like that. And she was like, why are you so mad about me spending, what did she say about me spending $500 when you could make like $5,000 in a day? Like, almost, like she would say that to him. I don't know if she was like super exaggerating, but for somebody that was like young like me, like whatever amount in a day that was above a certain thousand was like good enough. It's good enough for me.
Crazy
yeah. So and it depends on where you live. Like if you live someplace where it's really needed, like in like the rural country, in the country areas, in rural places, like you're gonna make a killing. Like Connecticut, definitely, you're gonna make. That's where they were living. You're gonna make money.
Connecticut.
That's
funny to me.
I have that thought that crossed my mind many years ago. Should have been a plumber, because when you need them right away, and you can basically charge whatever money you want to charge. Because
you know what else is like that?
What else?
Locksmith.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I've got fucked over by some locksmiths before.
Yeah. They just come and go chick chick.
They come. Okay, that'll be $500. Like.
Oh yeah.
What?
and they're gonna ask for cash.
Yes.
They're like, oh, let me drive you to the nearest ATM because I need cash. There's no way you're going to give me a credit card or a check.
Yes.
Cash.
I like that, though, because I could be like, okay, well, if you want me to give you cash, then I'm giving you less cash.
That could be
like,
a bargain.
you can haggle with that.
Yeah.
They're like,
Negotiator.
okay, if you give me cash, then it'll be $40 less or whatever. I'm like, all right, well, I'll do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
But I never do the first thing they say.
What, the first amount?
The first amount, I've never paid that.
No.
Fuck that. No way.
I was like, okay, do it for me.
Locksmith.
Nah, I'm telling you, like, that's the thing, that because they come in, because you see what they do, right? So they come in, it takes 5 minutes, they pop it, like, oh, that's $400. Like, really? Like, is it? Are you sure it's not like $150? And they're like, we'll call it $250. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll go get the cash. Whatever.
Yeah.
This has happened to me twice.
Lesson learned.
They're insane. But yeah.
I wish musicians made that kind of money.
Right? I wish. Oh my god.
Play me a song, $500.
Well, we need to create the urgency.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't pay us, you can't get out of the room because we're locking the doors.
Yeah. Or we could kill music altogether and make people not hear it for years, and then sneak it out for $500.
But the thing with music is you don't miss it until you've not had it.
Yeah, imagine that, like
for the average person, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, who is the average person?
It's for non-musicians. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
True.
Well, I never know what they think. I think all the time when I'm listening to a song, I'm like, oh yeah, like I love the vocal line, I love the keyboard or whatever. And then I think, I'm like, someone that doesn't play music just listens to this. They're like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes.
For someone who doesn't, I feel like it's food, right? For someone who doesn't play music, it's the whole experience that's gonna either draw them or make them feel like this is not worth their time. Well, I'm seeing a really long comment.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Is it Kevin?
That's a lot of money. Oh, they're all unionized. Okay, that makes sense.
150 million a year. Okay, that's all I grabbed from that long comment.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but damn, I mean that's money.
Yeah, it definitely is. But yeah, with music, I mean, it's just like that. Like if you, my sister listens to a lot of music like all day, all the time, and she's not a musician.
Is she a musician?
No, like not at all. But our dad was, so that may have some. And he used to babysit her with the radio, so she's like, she really is into music a lot.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who, I grew up with friends, like my two best friends were really, really into music. They're not musicians, like, at all. They don't even sing, like, they don't play instruments, like,
they don't do nothing.
Fun. Like, yeah, they're, like, working for, like, the Justice Department and, like, you know, financial companies. Like, they just like music, like, but, I can't imagine them not ever hearing music again. They would freak out. Like, they're the average person.
Right.
Right.
And of course, there are people who who are not musicians themselves, but who appreciate music, knows a shit ton about music, those people would probably be the first to say, no, we need music.
Right.
But then there are people who like if some people don't imagine the power of music in any video, and like imagine watching a movie without any music
It'd be
to
terrible.
support that.
Right.
Yeah, you lose all the excitement, all the anticipation. Like imagine a horror movie without the dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like Jaws without the music would not be the movie that it was.
That's such a cool thing, because like once you realize that, you'll be watching a movie and you'll hear the music change and you're like, something's about to go down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I didn't
exactly.
used to think about that, and then I was like, oh yeah, the music really makes it, and then it'll be something that's like all of a sudden like the music will go from happy to like dark.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
what's gonna
Right.
happen?
Yeah, I've sometimes like when I first watched Insidious, like they had a booming soundtrack, like heavy cello, dark violin, like it was sick. And like I watched it first, and I would mute. I would just like mute, like, because I'm not watching this and the music at the same time.
It's
Too
too much.
intense. Yeah.
Yeah, no
That's
way.
funny.
Yeah, for real. Like.
Yeah,
super-
but even the feel-good movies, if you don't have like a killer song to support it, no one's gonna be tearing up and wiping away tears because it's just not nearly as powerful.
Right. Yeah. Actually, what's his
Yeah.
name? Keenan Ivory Wayans made a movie called "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker." If you've never seen that, you should
Yeah.
watch that.
Never seen that.
Yeah, he there's a scene in the movie where this lady's husband gets shot, right? And he's laying on the floor, and like this person runs to her, and he's like, "Is he okay?" And then she was like, "He's dead. Can't you hear the music?"
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
That's
You know what?
so
What else
funny.
is also fun? It's like sometimes you'll be listening to a music. I don't know if other people do this, but I'll hear a song and then I'll like think in my head, what scene in a movie would go with this song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which I heard is how Tarantino makes movies. He'll like find songs and he'll be like, what would go with this song? And then he'll like branch out.
Really?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah,
but I've
but
heard him
that's
say
still
shit about
interesting.
that.
That's so cool.
Happy Day of the Dead, Kevin.
And hi, Adrian from the Bronx.
Hey.
Hello.
Do you
Hello
guys
to
know?
all.
Do you guys know the train walkers? Anyway, Adrian's from the train walkers. We also did a why am I blanking out? A classical collab, an unclassical collab. I also did an unclassical collab with them, like how I did it with you guys, and you guys had the motivational words to share at the beginning of the pandemic,
Yeah,
and I
all
played
that time
music
ago.
behind it. Yeah, I did that with Adrian,
Oh,
Word.
cool,
his
cool.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll have to look you guys up because I
Yeah,
met
cool.
Adrian at one of Mike's marketing things
Okay.
once.
Oh, nice. Nice.
But that was, oh my god, that was so long ago. I don't even know how long ago it was versus how long it feels ago it was. You know what I
It was
mean?
definitely cold outside. It had to be, because I remember coming when we did the open mic there. It was cold outside.
Yeah, that must have been like that very end of 2019 or something.
Maybe.
Well, let's give a shout out to Mike. What,
Oh yeah.
Shout out to
What-
Mike
what-
always.
What are some of the takeaways from that marketing for musicians?
Well, it's actually funny because of COVID, we were kind of forced to do what he's saying. So he was saying a big thing is Funkadelic, yeah. Because Mike was saying it's like you need to focus on the marketing and the things behind it. Like, don't get addicted to the mic. Don't just do a bunch of open mics all the time and then it doesn't build, it doesn't grow on anything. So I had been thinking about that in the back of my head. He was like, don't be addicted to this. That was what he kept saying over and over again. And then COVID happened, and it's like, well, we couldn't be addicted to the mic if we wanted to, because there's no fucking
Right.
show. And then
Yeah.
that's when we started doing all these things you were saying. That's when we were like, well, what else are we going to do? That's when we started doing the videos, like the YouTube videos. That's when we started working harder on the album. Because it's like, well, we can't do shows, so we just kind of have to diversify and like it's
Yeah.
any other way as possible. So I was thinking about Mike the whole time that was happening, because he kind of called
Oh, Mike!
it. Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys really went like this. Remember at the beginning of the year,
Oh,
I
yeah.
interviewed you and I said, "What are your goals for 2020?"
Mm.
And then you went like this. We want to be like this.
Yeah.
And look at your YouTube views. It went totally through the roof.
Yeah. I look back and I'm like, whoa, like some of those numbers are like insane. But we
Yeah.
got
I
a
mean,
good
what
crew.
a great way to connect with people who also love music.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
Because we hear, because then we listen to music that we didn't hear before. So like, do you listen to Steely Dan? Do you ever listen to Steely Dan?
I mean, many years ago, somebody mentioned it. I don't even remember why. And I looked it up and listened to it. But it has been years. And
They're
I did
amazing.
watch. Yeah, I did watch some of your reaction videos, and then that inspired me to check out more of the songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing is we didn't even know Steely Dan at all until somebody suggested that we react to it, and then we did one song for them. And we were like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
And then we got into like a whole thing, and then we started doing reactions to whole albums. So now we've done 3 entire Steely Dan albums.
Yeah.
And it's like now we're actually like legit fans of the band because people on YouTube said, well, why don't you do this song? So it really, it's not really just us talking out. It's also us getting it input from other people is what makes it cool.
Yeah, definitely that part.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think one of the reasons why I really enjoyed going to the open mics because every night that I go, it would be different artists, different music, different vibes, and it's not like I went in knowing who's on the roster. I never asked Mike about that. I just go in and be prepared to be surprised and to discover new acts, and that's great. With COVID, you can't do that, but it sounds like you have a network of people who already recommend you new songs, new music, new artists for you to discover. And that's amazing. Like, I mean, I really enjoy speaking with musicians and just talk about music. It could be like random musical stuff, but it doesn't matter because that's what we enjoy. And you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
We try.
Yeah, we definitely try. Like, it's so fun to do, though. It's so much fun. But
yeah, because it can be tiring if all day, every day, you're just talking about your own music, and to sometimes break away from that and to embrace other people's artwork and talk about that is refreshing. And I think that's why reaction videos are, I think, popular right now. It doesn't matter what kind of reaction videos, like people do all sorts of reaction videos, but there's a reason why they're trending.
Yeah.
Well, for music reaction videos in particular, I feel like a big part of it is like people seeing other people hear things that they love for the first time, and then it kind of makes you feel like you're hearing it again for the first time.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I'll watch reaction videos to like Led Zeppelin songs.
Yeah. That was
like,
watching that.
And they'll literally be like singing something. They'll be like, "Oh shit, did you hear that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I remember when I was thinking that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it's like rediscovering that first time when you heard a piece of music.
Exactly.
About.
Which you can't ever discover again.
Right, exactly. So you have to kind of live through it again from somebody else's lens.
Vicariously.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word.
But
by the way, every time, Dan, like there's a certain angle, like right now, where it looks like you have horns coming out of your head.
Oh,
it's kind
from
of cool.
the guitar?
From the guitar. Kind of cool.
No one's ever said
I'm
that
like, this
before.
whole
That's
time,
funny.
I'm like, every few minutes I'm amused by that. I just felt the need to point that out.
So right now I'm an angel, and right now I'm a demon.
There we go. I mean, if we were doing this yesterday, it would have been like a Halloween theme.
It'd been appropriate, yeah.
No, that's just me every day. But no, you said something that I wanted to touch on also. I love, one of the best things about particularly Inspired Word, we used to do a bunch of different open mics. One of the things about that one in particular is that you really had no idea what it was going to be like every day. Like there would be some days you come in and the energy was just like crazy.
Yeah.
And then other days you would come in and it's like you wouldn't know why. It's like it would be a nice day out and you would go in and everyone's just like chilling.
Yeah.
And the energy is different. And you really don't know why. It just is what it is.
Right.
I hear
Sorry,
sirens.
I just read the comment.
They're so loud. It's like, oh my gosh.
Just
Their
random.
neighbors
Random city
311.
noises.
You know?
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. So, you know what I wanted to ask you? Like, just like how we kind of did the YouTube thing, is you were kind of like at the forefront or like at the helm of it in a way, because you're a musician and you have your own like social media presence and stuff. Why did you decide to do something like that?
I'm trying to see if I can condense it into, well, so this, okay, I'm gonna struggle a bit. I always felt like most at ease when I talk to musicians. So I wasn't born in this country. I came and I had a really difficult time. I struggled with the language, and I felt like I was kind of alienated from my peers. And it wasn't until I went to when I joined a community orchestra that I felt like, oh, this is where I belong. Like people don't judge me; they
Right.
hear me play, and the violin was my voice. So I felt comfortable with that. And eventually I went to school for music, and I just loved it so much because the environment was completely different. So yeah, 4 years of music. I feel like I made the most. I had the most friends when I was studying music in college,
Right.
and when I left that environment, like things kind of went not that it went back to feeling bad, but it wasn't the same. Like I missed the connection with musicians. That was so special to me that I wanted to recreate that. So the whole idea started the channel was for I wanted an excuse to talk to musicians.
Right.
And I don't want to be a creepy person. You're like, hey, let's have a chat.
And you're like, who? Who are you? What's going on? Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
That was my excuse. And I've enjoyed it so much since then. Just the kind of conversations that I've had, having a common language, which is music, makes everything so much easier. Like outside of this, I'm an introverted person, and staying home is very comfortable to me. But if you tell me like to go to a party, I would think 3 times and then say, okay, sorry,
You'd
I'm
be
busy.
like, yeah.
Yeah. But if you invite me to a concert, to a show, or you invite me to like have a conversation with musicians, I most likely would love it and would embrace it. So I've learned that that's what makes me happy. So if we're going to try to enjoy life, I'm going to try to do more things that I actually enjoy.
Right. That's exactly. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
And Adrian, I'm originally from Taiwan. Thanks for asking.
Right.
Yeah.
I only know one
Oh.
other person from Taiwan, and that was way back in college. I've never met a Taiwanese person since. And there you go. All right, so you're just number 2.
It's a small country. So
That's cool
Probably
though, and
right.
it's cool that you can still continue to do that now. I mean, like that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're all a bunch of musicians talking.
Yeah.
And like you can still, I mean, like I watched the video. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. Who wrote the song with the dating apps?
oh yeah, Tom Fuble.
Yeah,
From
he's-
Australia.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. So it's like
Yeah.
you can still be doing that, like for people, musicians all over the world. Like COVID hasn't stopped that. Like you
Yeah,
can,
that's a great
So I
thing.
think that's still, I don't know, it's just cool because
It's amazing.
and you
Yeah.
had been building it up before COVID, obviously, but no one knew COVID was going to happen. But now here you are, and you can still do it. So I don't know. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to
Thank
you
you.
for that. And then the name Offstage Tunes is such a cool name. It's so catchy, right? Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just lucky because there were 2 months where I did nothing and I was feeling not motivated enough to do anything. But then I heard a great song and I felt like I really want to get to know the artist. And then she said yes to my Zoom request. And that's
Nice.
when everything happened. And then I started getting people to say, hey, I want to, have a conversation with you. Okay. And then I started scheduling them again.
So
Yeah.
Instagram Live has a 1 hour time limit, and usually it
Yes.
shows us when there's 2 minutes left, but it's not doing that. So I don't know if it's gonna cut us off, but I just wanted to say that in case we're talking and then it just cuts us off. You don't think that we like hung up on you or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, goodbye in advance.
Right. Yeah, so
Um,
there's 4 on the dot, and it's like not
Right.
cutting us off.
Yeah, it's weird. There's usually
Wow.
the timer, but there's
It's
no
my
timer.
it's my special charm. They just
Yeah, they're like you
it.
get all the time you want.
There you go.
What are you guys doing after this?
recording some reaction video type thingies.
Yeah, we're always making videos.
Or working on some music. I forgot exactly. What's one of the two?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
what are
often
we
do you
doing today?
upload?
We usually do so.
Two, right?
So we screen record the SightCast. Like
Yes.
this is we screen record right now, so we can put it on YouTube tomorrow. And then there's always another video that we put out on Friday, whether it be reaction videos or like skits or like whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess twice
a week.
But sometimes, like if we do a full album, that'll be like 8 different videos.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and then sometimes we'll do a commercial trailer, and then we always do something on the website. So it's like you're always in contact with us for some reason. Like so.
That's great. You're on a schedule.
Yes.
And we're still here. It's 4:01.
I know.
I'm getting kind of nervous.
Have we gotten into the big leagues?
I guess.
Wow.
Do 20
All right.
SightCasts, win a free one.
Yeah.
And more people are joining.
Hey,
that's
come on
what
in.
I
I
don't
don't know. That's great. Yo, we'll
Yeah,
just
everybody
ride.
say fuck Instagram. No.
I want an Instagram t-shirt.
Banned for
Sorry.
life.
Exactly.
Sorry, Zuckerberg.
Drag me down with you.
Exactly.
No,
Oh my
it's just
gosh.
me. It's okay.
Wow. Well, I can't believe it's been more than an hour already.
Oh,
That
Yeah,
was-
isn't that crazy?
That was so casual and fun.
It was, definitely.
God.
I don't think I've gotten any answers to this question, to the question that I have on the website, like about the band.
Tell them about it.
So we have like a t-shirt concert. I want to ask you, because I haven't gotten any answers. What do you think a band would do at the end of the world? What would a band do?
At the end of the world?
Yeah.
Like if
if the world was ending, what would the band do?
they would keep playing.
Damn, she got it.
Yeah, because she's got the classical instrument. I don't know if it's a classical thing, but I don't know. But like that was my question to everybody to win a free T-shirt. Like, what does the band do at the end of the world? It's like you keep rocking, man. You keep playing.
Right.
Wait, so did she just win?
Yeah, I think you just won one.
Oh my
You just
God.
got a
Yeah.
free shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What size are you? Small, medium, large?
We'll hit you up for
Yeah,
that.
for all
Yeah,
that.
we'll hit you up for the details. But you just won it. So
We'll talk about that privately.
She's size double X. Sorry to put your business.
I've gotten some COVID weight, let's be honest. I don't go to the gym anymore. I'm still paying my gym membership. They started charging me again.
What? Cancel it.
Oh my gosh.
Cancel it.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like, I should go, but then I think, can I really work out with a mask on? But there's no way I'm going without a mask.
Yeah.
Number one, it's not allowed. Number two, let's be responsible here. So,
Yeah.
You can work
I don't
out
know,
at
I just-
home though. You know.
Yeah, check some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
There's like 2 YouTube people that I really, really love besides myself. I put some videos up sometimes.
besides myself.
Just to clarify.
Just to
Nice,
let you know.
shameless plug.
But I've got like 5 videos and they've got like 31,000 or 173,000 followers and stuff like that. So it's like different. But yeah, there's 2 people I really like Heather Robinson.
I don't really care about follower count.
Oh,
in
but
case
they're
anybody
All right.
wants to know.
Well, Movement Graffiti is a really good one. I've heard of her.
Yes.
She's pretty dope. Just
That's
go
what
check
I
her. Check her channel out. She's got some.
But that is true. Like you don't need a gym to work out. I've been working out at home since COVID. I'm probably in the best shape I've ever been in because I've had so much time. I've had so much time to work. Like I would have worked out for like an hour because you go to work, you come back, you're like, oh, I got to the gym, I'm tired. You end up going for like 45 minutes. But then during COVID, it's like I was just at home. I'm like, well, I might as well work out for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
I've had so much more speed and agility. I caught an arrow in the air just the other day.
Oh, you got a
just
specific
joking.
mask for the gym?
Really?
All right,
That's
Adrian.
interesting.
Set up an affiliate link, and I will click that link, get you some money back as well. Let's do it.
That's interesting.
The breathable mask. I've got a breathable mask on right now.
I mean, but unless you're a Darth Vader mask, all the other masks are supposed to be breathable. It just
Yeah.
matters what type of exercises you're doing.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But they
yeah.
only are so breathable.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making cool ones. I'm gonna start making ones with doors and windows so you can talk. Like you can turn a little knob and open it.
There's
Wait, but once you open it, are you letting out your droplets of who knows what that is?
Not
out
if I'm
into the
outside.
world?
Not if I'm outside dining.
I don't know.
I came
The straw.
outside to
You
outside.
can do a straw, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's an eating mask. Yeah, there has to be levels to it. An eating mask. There we go.
Well,
Wow.
Adrian's saying there are levels to it.
Yes, he's the gym mask. The
I only
eating
know
mask.
the one level.
I'll try out the gym level mask.
Yeah.
I'll try that out for sure.
They're becoming like shoes and jackets. Like,
Let me know how that goes for you, because there's been times I just was late for the train and I had to run to the train and I'm wearing the mask and I felt like my lungs were going to collapse.
Yeah. I climbed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was bad.
I went biking once with a mask, and I realized as I was going uphill that this is not gonna happen. Like the mask is like getting like close to my nose, like blocking my nostrils in a way.
If that mask were
Yeah.
human, I might fight it if it were doing
Yeah,
that
the
to
mask
me.
was slowly killing me.
Yeah.
Train runner. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That was good.
Train runner.
Yeah, these masks
I
are
was
just
running
little
for the
things.
train. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. But oh man, we're like in the conversation. Grand Central's escalator had stopped working. Did I tell you this? And I had to climb it, and I had the mask on downstairs. And as I got like midway, I just took it off, and I was like, see, this is one of my New York moments. I was like, I dare anyone to tell me to put this mask on while I'm climbing these stairs. And like the cops were right there, like when I got up there, but the cops like me. So I was like, the guy looked at, like one of the cops looked at me and I was like, I would scratch someone's eyes out. Like that's what I said to him. Like I'm very New York sometimes. So that's like coming back around to like how would we be outside of just the stage and stuff. But
I don't know if it's me, like maybe my earbuds are out of battery, but you are starting to sound like Wall-E, like
Wall-E?
a little robotic. Yeah,
Oh.
a little robotic.
No, that's
Is it
just what
just
she's
me?
doing. Yeah, she's just doing that with her voice right
Yes.
now.
Actually, you too.
Oh,
Maybe
then
it's my-
it's definitely the headphones then.
Is anyone else hearing that?
no, not at all.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe that's a sign that we should sign off then.
Yeah, because we've had you here an hour and we don't know like what
I don't want to. We're just gonna get cut off at some point. I don't really know what's gonna happen.
is.
It's becoming like a digital kind of. I'm inside a digital game or something.
Oh,
We
no.
are all in a simulation, so.
It's. Oh wait! All of a sudden it's back.
Oh.
I heard
Oh,
you.
okay, I don't know. Maybe that's like a warning sign. But anyway, I'm feeling the love from Instagram for some reason. I've heard about the 1 hour cutoff. Like they're very strict. On the dot, your
Yeah,
time is over.
that's what it does for us every week when we do this.
Yeah,
every
there's
week.
never been a time when it didn't do that. It's November 1st. They don't want to upset us. They don't want to upset anybody around election time. So maybe.
Yeah, November 4th, you get cut off. You only get 45 minutes.
I was gonna say I'm the only variable here, so it must be me.
All right, so you want to come back next week and the week after that, or?
Let me know how the next two all the ones work for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're probably gonna have one or two. What? Yeah.
I was like somebody.
Wait, what? You can do this?
I was just pushing on some random buttons, just to test it out because at any point we're gonna be cut off anyway.
I thought only Snapchat did shit like that.
Yeah. Well, no. Instagram does stuff like they just started.
You just turned into the emoji with the hard eyes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, if you just click on the little face, then you get to
Oh my
do
gosh.
cool things.
They have some that do it for 2, but I don't know.
I have opened up your world of possibilities.
Exactly.
Oh, what's up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this looks kind of cool with the color combination, with the purple and the blue, green,
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, right.
We'd be like,
We're
what's
sparkling
up,
over
guys?
Yo, you can't stop our shine.
You can't. Like, look at this aura. Look at this glow. Oh my gosh.
All right, you guys are going robotic again.
Oh
so
no.
Let me. Yeah. All right. I mean, we would totally do this if we were.
Whoa! Are you the ring?
Yeah.
You know that movie? Remember that
Oh,
movie?
that movie haunted me for years.
I feel like I'm haunted now.
To this day, I would not buy a mirror that's like an oval shape because
Of that? Wow.
I don't know how well you know the movie, but the lady's like brushing her hair in front of that oval mirror.
And then the thing comes out of the mirror.
I don't even remember.
Is her hair?
I'm not going to try and find out, but like, scary
Yeah.
things happen after that.
I know. I'm trying to figure out like if her hair was coming out. I definitely saw it, but I saw it back then. What are we doing? I like
Look at my
using this one. With a rosy glow.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
I can't believe we didn't know about this until you told us. Whoa.
Oh,
We're like that
Always
one.
the first.
We're like that one video. The
Yeah, take on
Take
me.
on me.
That's it.
Oh, yes, nice.
This is crazy.
All right, there we go. Shall we end with this one? Hello.
Yeah.
No, you should be saying goodbye.
Exactly.
Goodbye. Be safe.
You too. This was a great time.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by virtually. We'll message you about the shirt and then also about video things.
Yeah.
All right, everyone go listen to Sight After Dark.
Thanks. Later.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.